Guys, I am so sorry. I had to start a new live stream because I was trying to pin the link that was dropped in the chat. And then I accidentally um locked myself out of the live stream and it wouldn't let me back in. So I'm sorry about that, and I hope that you guys will be able to join me back. Hello, my lovely. I'm so, so sorry. I was trying to pin the link that someone dropped in the chat, and then it locked me out. It took me off the live and then take me to your channel, and then I was trying to come back in and it wouldn't let me in. Did you hear me? Did you hear what I just said? I am really, really sorry. What happened was someone dropped your link. Someone in the chat, whilst you were talking, I was like looking at the chat and someone asked for your channel. So I think Special dropped the link in the chat, and I tried pinning it and then it takes me straight to your channel. And then I tried coming back off your channel to come in the chat. I could actually hear you saying that I'm frozen on your side, but I couldn't get back in. So I hope that the others will join us back. And, you know, now I can't even see the chat. I don't know if anyone's in the chat or anything, but maybe no one is actually in the chat.
In two people right now.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I am sorry. Hence why we're having this interview, guys. It's all trial and error still.
Well, it's a learning experience, right? It.
You to do that, special. You were only helping. It's my fault. Like I forget that you don't press links when you're on this, and I've done it before, and it did the same thing to me. When you're on this split screen, you can't press it to pin the links or anything. If the name is already there, then you can do it. But if it's like an actual link, if the link is live, then you try to pin it, then it will take you straight to the channel. But I'm okay. Are you okay? Sorry if I've thrown you off. Oh, thank you so much. Honestly, I'm honestly calm because you're calm.
Trust me, the first time that I did this, I used this platform.
Yeah,
Special K was the one that helped me out, you know, to use this live. So it's a learning experience.
definitely. And we have an amazing co-host. I'm telling you. Thank you so much. Hi, Bahiti. Thank you, sweet Special. Special is helping all of us with. I think Special is the queen of this split screen, honestly. So, guys, let me formally apologize to you. The live was going so well, and I accidentally took myself out. Hi, AA. Thank you so much, my sweetie. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you. Thank you so much, AA. I appreciate you. This is my co host, my guest, Winstone Chronicles. Hey, bro. Welcome, Reds, in the building. Thank you for joining. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. We're really sorry if you were here earlier and you got kicked off. It wasn't intentional. You weren't being naughty, especially you weren't being naughty. That's not why. Okay, we're doing well today, my lovely sis, and we're having interview kind of discussion kind of in between everything. A more chilled and relaxed kind of like interview. So you're welcome, please. Relax and enjoy your evening. Reds is here to supply you with the drink, and we're going straight back where we left off.
Kind of recap for those of you that weren't here before. I was just kind of telling you the reason why I actually started on YouTube, and for me, it was more of an outlet, and um, seeing what was happening in Jamaica and the different YouTube channels that was out there putting out content, and I found that a lot of I liked it. I liked what was going on. And what was going on was with all the content creators that was out there, Junior Lifestyle of Fishing, like all these different YouTubers that was out there. And I told you I started with what's his name? Yard Life is Good was the one of the first channels that I subscribed to. And I love cooking and I love food. I'm a foodie. By I love food. And anybody that knows my channel knows I love food. And from there, I realized like, okay, I can do this. So then I started out just posting like short videos, and I didn't really understand the concept of what a short video was versus, a regular video. So I started out just showing videos, like really short videos of what I was doing as far as cooking. And then I started just really and truly starting get in front of the camera, and you know, it's more of a, I won't say a show, but it is a show, right? It's again, you're putting your life in front of a camera, right? And you have to figure out, okay, what do people like about your channel, right? And for me, it was, I like cooking, I like building things, I like fishing, I like traveling. So that's what I based my channel around, was all four of those. You find a lot of channels, they pick a niche and they kind of stick to that. For me was, I have four different niches, which is cooking, fishing, traveling, and building things. And that's these. If you've been on my channel before, you see I put jack of all trades, master of none, which is one of the best things to have, because you're constantly learning things, right? You never really, as what I say, all the way from your born till you die, you never stop learning if you have that mindset. You're always learning something new. So that was one of the reasons why I built my channel on multiple things, because I do multiple things. So if you go back and look at some of my previous videos when I started out, it was more about just, again, letting people into my life and showing them all the things that I can do. And going back to the question you originally asked,
It's all right.
going back to the question you originally was the negative interactions with people on YouTube. And like I said, if you're gonna put yourself out there on social media, you have to have thick skin, and you have to really and truly know that there's gonna be people that don't agree with what you put out there, even if it's like they don't have to watch your channel, right? But at the same time, one of the things I do a lot with even all the channels that I subscribe to, I always go read the comments. If I watch a video, I always read the comments, just kind of see what people are commenting about. And that's a good trait to have as a YouTuber, because you want to know what people's mindset is as far as what you're putting out there and how they feel about it, right? So there's always going to be people that have negative things to say, you know, and there's always going to be the people that support what you're doing because they like what you're doing. So you have the balance is, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna let people discourage me. One, because they say the phrase crab in a barrel, right? Because the same people that build you up are the same people that are gonna break you down. So you have to have a mindset that I have a goal, and I'm gonna go towards that goal regardless of who is negative to me or who's stick to the positives. You know, I'm an optimist. I always feel like there's always, like, there's good and bad in everything, but I always lean towards the good side. So I mean, I haven't had that much negative interactions with people on YouTube, and I try to keep it as neutral as possible, you know. So, but again, people are gonna find something to pick at you about.
And they're saying that I'm frozen. Guys, am I frozen? Can you guys hear me? What's going on? I'm telling you, honestly, there is something going on with my live streams. I have been live like all of this week. I tried coming live 2 days in a row and it didn't work out. I've tried it with my phone, and you know I got you, Twinny. I am your bodyguard. Um, Okay, so they're saying that I'm back. Okay, guys, just ride with the waves. Just ride with the waves. I really want, thank you so much, Misha. I appreciate you. Thank you. I really want this live stream to be successful, you know. Go ahead and, heal her up if you want to. Some people don't bother. Mr. President Goga, we welcome you. And some people don't bother themselves about coming on. Goga, just behave yourself because we're already having technical issues. So don't come here starting to talk about no green screen. So, what I was saying is that some people don't bother themselves about coming back. They just move on to the next person. But as you say, we have to be, as you said, try to be an optimist or try to just roll with the waves, as they say, and just take things as they are. You were saying something that I wanted to it just slipped my mind. You were saying something that I wanted to comment on so badly, but I didn't want to interrupt you. What was it? It sort of slipped my mind about what you were saying, but it's really important and I did want to say something on it, but I guess it will come back to me before we actually close. So you were saying that you don't get a lot of hate or okay, yes, now I remember. As you were saying about not blessings, Misha. So as you were saying about not sticking to one like one niche as they would call it. A lot of people are saying to me because I'm sort of in that phase now, but what happened is initially when I started out, I did not start out like to do just one thing because I'm a Christian, I'm a strong believer in my faith. I want people to know. Oh my God, they said that you're frozen again. Who's frozen? I'm gonna start crying now. I've gone past the point where I can be optimistic now. Who's frozen, Misha? Me?
So
Hi, Miss Charmaine. Thank you. Simone, your life is not working well. I know. I know it has not been working well, and I do not know what's happened to it since 2 weeks now. Like, I don't know. It was going so well, and then now they're saying that he's frozen. Hi, beautiful sister KK.
it's not frozen, you know. So I don't know. Can you guys see me now?
Somebody's saying mute. I was muted when you were speaking. Okay, let's try if you mute and see if it's a bit better. I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness. I need to get I need to get some olive oil, some consecrated olive oil. You have to reschedule if it continues. I think it will work on itself. It will be all right. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? I really. Oh, you can't see the comments. The last was from Special says that because it keeps coming in and out. They say. Red say yes. Yes, what Reds? You can yes, you can hear me, bro. Just let me know if you can hear me, and I'll just continue. And I'm sure that the Lord will take the case. Yes, I can hear you fine. Like both of us, it's not allowing both of us to speak. I know it happens sometimes, like when you're on the call live, like the person that is not speaking has to mute. So let's try it and see. But I was muted when you were speaking anyway, and they were saying that it's frozen.
If that will work.
Thank you guys for staying. I'm so sorry for those who had to leave, who can't cope with all of this. I can hear you fine. Okay, I'm going to continue then. If you can hear me fine. If you're not hearing me, it's okay to let me know. All right. Sorry, there's a little bit of noise in my background as well because my little girlie is here and she's not too well. All right. So guys, I was saying to Winston because he was saying to me that like he hasn't got you both are good. Thank you so much, bro. So he was saying that he's not okay, thank you so much. So I'm not it's not broken. I've repeated myself the exact same way 2 times. So he was saying that he has not got one set niche that he does on his channel. And a lot of people are encouraging me because, and another thing that I'm gonna ask you about after I made this comment on what you said is also about like when do you know like when to cover your ears basically, right? I was gonna do a short the other day. I was gonna do a short the other day of this voiceover that I saw that somebody is basically saying, "Oh, do this, do that," but they were using YouTube kind of terminologies like, "Oh, don't use shorts to grow your channel," or "Don't post directly," or "Don't do this, don't post content this time, that time, whatever." But I didn't want to offend anyone or anyone to take it badly because people do encourage me a lot and people that will actually watch the short as well. So I didn't want it to come off badly because I'm always considering other people's feeling. But it is an actual reality, right? That you will get a lot of people saying a lot of things to you. And it's almost like I'm asking, like, when do you know which one to let pass over your head and which one to let seep in? Because it's a lot of information and everybody has got something. Some are genuinely encouraging you, and some it's of their opinion, and some it's a fact. But like, when do you know, like, you don't want to be rude or anything, but do you take all of it in? I'm asking you for me. What's happened to my screen? Okay, it's back. You're still muted. You'll have to unmute.
Says take it all in, right? Because I don't think any one advice is wrong. You just have to find the one that works best for you, right? So just like you said, there was people that was telling me there's some people that don't do premieres, right? But then I've seen um, videos about doing premieres because you get an interaction with your guests and your subscribers when you do a premiere, right? So I think for a smaller channel, premieres are good because you get one, you get you get you essentially are you getting a free live when you do a premiere, as opposed to when you're a bigger channel, you just post it because one of the things they say is that if you do a premiere, post it to premiere the next day, because what the algorithm does, it basically gives the algorithm time to put out your content more, because it has time to look through your videos, see what you're offering, and then it pushes it out to the people that would actually watch your videos, right? Versus if you're a bigger YouTube channel, you're kind of an established channel already, so you really don't have to do a premiere, because people know what to expect, right? So they're gonna watch your channel regardless. So it's just, I don't think any of the the advice is wrong. It's just figuring out which for you, and then stick with that. Continue with that, if that makes sense.
You're not ignorant of it if you should hear it again or you should see someone else doing it. No, back to what I was saying about the niche, because I've looked on your channel, right? And you said that your channel is only a year old. You've got so much subscribers, very good content, very good views, and it almost looked like like a channel that's been there for a very long time, because it looks you can go to someone's channel and see it looks healthy, if that's a good word to use to describe it. But you said earlier on that you haven't got this specific thing that you stick to. You do a couple of other things. And I've been advised, right, that I need to narrow mine down because, like, on my thingy, that the dashboard kind of thingy, I've got family, faith, and fun, I think. Yeah, I've got three F's there. So I've got family, faith, and fun. And it's my sole intention to give that on my channel. And that's what I have been doing. It's been working okay, but like others might think that you could like draw in a wider audience if you narrow your niche down. What do you think about that?
About that is, again, for me, like, I did narrow my niche down. So even though I do all these things, I always self-evaluate and reevaluate what I'm doing, right? And what I learned was that out of everything that I do, people like my cooking the most, right? So if you look at some of my previous videos, I was doing like I was doing a project, and I was just focused on that project. And there were people that would watch those projects, because there's a lot of DIYers out there, right? I had videos that I was doing fishing. I had videos that I was doing traveling, and I was kind of separating them. And then I realized, as I was kind of checking through things, I was like, you know what? People like my cooking out of everything else, people like my cooking the best. So no, I don't know if you notice now, every time I do a video, I incorporate my cooking with my other content that I put out, right? So if I'm traveling, I'm eating, I'm going to some restaurant, if I can cook when I'm there, I'll cook. If I'm building something, I add my cooking in there, right? So that's what I do. I realize that, like, even, and that goes back to reading your viewers' comments. That's the most important thing, is reading your viewers' comments, because your viewers are the ones that saying, "Hey, I like when you cook." And that's what I learned even from when I did the premieres. Doing the premieres is like, people are like, "What you're cooking today?" And I'm on the premiere, and I'm like, just watch the video. there's there's some cooking going on. So I realized that people like the cooking more than anything else. So now I realize, okay, I need to make sure every video that I do, I incorporate some of my cooking into the video itself. So that is kind of figuring out what your, like, you know what your niche is. And at the end of the day, people are gonna watch your channel because they connect with what you're putting out there, right? Because everybody has something that they put out there that some people won't watch, some people will watch, right? Like, I give you the perfect example. There's a guy that does, like, he does a video that's called 4 minute 4 hours of fishing, and the guy not catch no fish during his entire 4 hours. But his whole goal was, he discusses just life in general, So, like, I would sit there for 4 hours and watch his videos because he's talking, like, I'm waiting for him to catch a fish, but at the same time I'm like, okay, he might talk about some general things that are going on with life, right? There's a lady that does, all she does is buy scratch offs, and people watch that. But again, to me, it's like, you can't, one of the things I did when I started was, I would kind of like, hey, big up that channel, big up that channel. But if you look at the bigger YouTubers, you notice that they don't, if they do a collaboration, they do a collaboration, but they don't really, like, go out of their way to big up somebody else's channel. They just, hey, if we're collaborating, hey, go over to this channel, watch the channel, you know. But just because they tell you to watch the channel doesn't mean you might like the content, right? You might go over there and you subscribe and you watch one video and be like, well, this is not something that I'm looking for, and you don't ever watch. You probably don't, like, get rid of your subscription to the channel, but you don't watch that channel anymore. So it's just, when the advice is not wrong, it's just you have to figure out on your channel what people like the most. If people like your lives the most, then do more lives, right? If people like whatever else you offer, you got to narrow it down to what your subscribers, your loyal subscribers is what I should say. The ones that are always going to come back and support you. That's what it is. It's building a community of people that actually come back and watch your channel. So regardless of what you put out there, they're going to watch your channel because they like what you offer in that particular space, if that makes sense.
Makes so much sense. I'm so glad I have you here. You keeping me in cool order. Okay, so a couple of people have joined us. I think we said hi to Miss Charmin. I heard you. My lovely bestie, Cares Royal is here. OG's here. Goga is here. Reds is here. Guys, we appreciate you. Miss Charmin, special. Are you there in the bushes? I think she's here somewhere. And Goga was asking you a question. I think I asked you this question before, but I think maybe you can elaborate a little bit more for Mr. Goga himself. Where is it? Where is the question? Okay, here we go. It says, oh, I'm a live streamer. Okay, not that one. A bit up, a bit further. I don't know where Goga's question is gone. He might have taken it back. He was asking, how do you handle comments?
Far as the comments go, again, you have to have some kind of thick skin in some aspects, right? You don't have to respond to every. It's like, I put it this way: out in society, right? If somebody just says something to you, you're not gonna just walk up to them and punch them in the face and start a fight, right? It's the same thing, right? Only difference is that there's a person sitting behind a computer screen, knowing that there's no consequences to what they say to you. As well, you say, you can't walk up to them and punch them in the face because them said something to you. So you look at it like this: if it was a face-to-face interaction, what would you do, right? What would you do in that situation? Would you respond to that person, or would you just be like, I'm just gonna walk away from the conversation because word is win, and as long as you don't put your hands on me, we don't have no problems. And that's the way you have to look at it. It's like, you can't say what you want to say and be positive. You can't be negative. You can offer as what they say, constructive criticism, right? If it's constructive, because it's not if you're not offering a solution, right? So you can say, oh, you should have do this. Okay, well, tell me how to do it better, right? You, if you're gonna complain about what me I do, then give me a solution to the problem. I'm a problem solver. I've always been that way. Like, I don't criticize people without giving them a solution to the problem. So for me, it's like I'd rather just ignore you, and you're gonna go away, right? Because again, people will try to draw you out just to try to get a reaction from you. Once they get the reaction from you that they're looking for, then it expands. It gives them strength, right? It gives them strength, and it gives them opportunity for just continue on, for just kind of poke you and disturb you and say, okay, now I got you. So I'm gonna continuously just poke you to see what else I can get out of you. I'll give you the perfect example. I'm a big as a football fan, I'm a big Baltimore Ravens fan, you know, and I think I put out that content. It had nothing to do with my football team. And then somebody came in and was like, "Oh, the Ravens suck," all this stuff, he's like, they're not gonna win this year, and I'm like, you can't win every year, and it's like, what they said, my previous what I said previously, a soft answer turneth away wrath, grievous words stir up anger, right? So he didn't get what he was looking for because I didn't give it to him, right? I didn't come back and be like, oh, you this and you that, he never get what he wants, so eventually him just leave me alone, you know. So you have to just pick and choose your battles and say, you know what, it's not worth it. You know, it's just like a business. You try to build a business. Not everybody, if you own a restaurant, not everybody that comes in is gonna like your food, right? And they're gonna do a review. Everything has a review these days. You can't go on any website, whatever website you can do reviews on and say, worst food me ever have, even if them like your food, right? But they might have somebody else who's a competition to you, and they must say, oh, you know what? They go mash up theme business so my friend business can't. But at the end of the day, not everybody's gonna like what you do. And you can't take that to heart. You have to just focus on what you're trying to accomplish and just move forward. Sorry, I get long answers, but I'm very
We're gonna ignore him. He and Raiders are some kind of war, so we're leaving them alone. And we know that Nisha, we know that you're still here. Miss Shaman is saying that I don't think that there is a blueprint for YouTube. You have to find what works best for you and stick with it. Just an observation. I am no expert. Absolutely.
exactly right, because what you did today is not going to be the same tomorrow, you know. And at the end of the day, like I said, what you started out with originally, if that's what because you're going to get subscribers. People are going to subscribe to your channel just by maybe one video that they see and they say, you know what, I like this. You can go viral with one video, right? The thing is, if you go viral with something crazy, guess what? That's what they're going to expect every single video. They're going to expect you to offer that same content every single time. Where if you take the time to, just like a business, you're building it, you build a community where the same people will always come back to your channel. And I'm just going to throw a name out there, Junior Lifestyle Fishing, right? Like, I talk to Junior a lot. I met Junior probably a year ago. I actually was down there for he did a cookout for my twins for their birthday last year, and we talk a lot. And he has actually helped me a lot with just kind of learning the nuances and things, and so forth. And I told him, I said, Junior, honestly, like you could just make a video about striking matches and people will watch your video only because they like the vibe that you offer, right? It doesn't matter if he's fishing, hunting, whatever he's doing. Yeah, vibes that your team offers. So people come back to his channel not just specifically for the fishing or the hunting and so forth. Yeah, a lot of people like that, but they like the vibes that the channel offers, right? So again, people are gonna watch what they want to watch, and as long as you provide them that means, they're gonna watch your channel. It's just you to figure out what people like based on you evaluating your content and say, all right, you know what, I need to stick to this, and you will see the. As I'm gonna say, it's not hard to get the memberships. What's hard is the viewership. Got most channels, even the bigger channels, it's probably about 10 to maybe I think at maximum 30 subscribe to you every single time that a video comes out, right? So you can't worry about that. As yeah, you're required to have a certain amount of memberships to get to monetize and all this other stuff. But it's like you have to figure out, why are you on YouTube? Are you here to make money? Is it an outlet for you? You know, and either way, you have to figure out, okay, what is my niche? What do my get my subscribers like? And you stick to that. You know, again, I always plan 5 year. You know, is what is your 5 year plan? Do you are you gonna be here 5 years from now? Right? Are you out there searching for content to do just because your audience asked for it, or are you just doing it because you love what you're doing? Because you know what I'm saying, when you love what you do, it's not a job, you know. so, so you don't want to turn this thing into a job. And YouTube is really and truly, it will turn into a job if you're not really paying attention to it. You see a lot of people say apologizing. I'm say I watch a lot of content creators what I watch that come back and be like, I'm sorry I didn't put out a video last week. Well, to me, it's like, why are you apologizing because you didn't put out content last week? Especially for like somebody like me, I have a civilian, have a job otherwise from YouTube. I have to do what pays the bills. I love my subscribers. I love putting out content out there, and that's what I say. The content will always be there if you're genuine with it, and if people like your genuineness, then they will always support you. If you're just trying to put out content because try and make money or whatever your issue is, then it 5 years from now you won't be here you know. And like I said, for me, I consider myself a new YouTuber because I look at, like, you look at the biggest YouTuber out there, Mr. Beast, right? He's out there, he's making dollars a year. And if you look at some of his videos, him say, look, I made hundreds of videos before I even got to to a point where I could actually consider myself a successful YouTuber, you know. But he took the time to kind of learn the nuances of YouTube. Consider myself, I haven't even scratched the surface of YouTube yet. I haven't even really gone into like some of the things that I need to be doing on YouTube. So again, it's why are you here? What are you trying to accomplish? You can't get money quickly, if you have the right set of audience. You can get money quickly, but 5 years from now, will you be here? Right?
About that 5 years plan. And you know what? I'm just gonna go right ahead and be honest. I say I did not look at it that way. I did not. I did not look at it that way. I look at it from what you're saying, the perspective of like, not making it a job, loving it, doing the best, using up what you have, like, not trying to be anyone else or, do what anyone else is doing or follow anybody or anything. Try to create an image for your own self and everything. But what you have said about the 5 years from now, like, where are you gonna be? Are you still gonna be on here? Like, are your goals gonna be the same? And are you like, is your niche even gonna be the same? And in the beginning of when you were answering, you said something, you used a word as well. I think it's like YouTube is constantly evolving. Like, is live stream still gonna be a thing? Is something else gonna come in? We see how podcasts take is taking over the place and everything like that. We don't know. We see, can you imagine like even the images working for us, like the green screen thing? Have you seen it? Like people are getting wicked thousands of views, not doing nothing. You can imagine if I leave my background on tonight, I'll get a couple of likes on there, a couple of views. And yeah.
About that until last couple nights because I was on Special K's live and I was on Big Boss Ladies live and I'm on the phone. I'm like, why am I not hearing anything? You know what I mean? I try to check on me. I say, yo, but nah, I hear nothing while I go on my phone. Man, I try to turn up the volume and everything. And I found out this thing is a new thing where you have a silent live where you just put up a picture and people just have a conversation, which I never knew that. So as I said, YouTube is constantly evolving. So you have to stay on if this is what you really and truly want to do as a I would say as a career or whatever, you have to know what's going on in YouTube. And the information is there. Like there's so many different um YouTube content creator web or channel that puts out all the newest and latest and greatest with YouTube. So again, for me, I like to when I do something, I go 100% into it. I am not 100% into YouTube as I should be, right? But at some point, I am going to be. But again, that's my 5 year plan. So right now, I'm just kind of testing out the waters, put my foot in the water and see if it warm or it cool and figure out what I like the best, and then work with that, you know. So again, your 5 year, you have your short term plan, which is your 2 to 3 year plan, your 5 year plan, your 10 year plan, and then 20 years from now, do you want to build a channel that your kids can take over? Is it because this it can be generational wealth, right? And if you really want it to be, you can really and truly build a channel where if when I'm gone, my kids can take it over and them and say, oh yeah, Winston Chronic, these are his kids and them still do the same thing. So it's like it's just like a business. If you have build a business, you build it from the ground up because your customers is the most important thing, right? You're gonna get good customers, you're gonna get bad customers, but you're ones that you're gonna really and truly put all the effort for because no matter what, they will always be there for you. No matter what, they will defend you when nobody talk bad about your food or whatever situation it is. Your loyal people, them will always be there for you. So if you can build a community, me call it a community. If you can build a community rather than a channel, you will be successful in the long run. But you have to think about the long run. Everybody wants this instant gratification where they want to make money right now, right? I want to get paid right now. I can tell you so the amount of money when we spend since I've been doing YouTube, YouTube has not paid me not even not 1% of that back, right? But that's not what I'm looking for. If I'm giving somebody something, I like to give them quality. As well, Mr. Me go 100%. Like a lot of YouTubers out there can look at their content and say, you know what? I've spent 7 hours. me have 7 hours of video when me sit down and I have to condense this whole 7 hours of video into 45 minutes where people actually like, right? That's where the work comes in. People don't see, people see the end result of YouTube, of the videos that are produced into it. If you actually want to get into YouTube, understand that yes, you can have just a phone and be a content creator, right? But if you really and truly want to be like successful in the long term, you're gonna have to spend some money, just like any other business, right? You can, if you start a restaurant or whatever you decide to do, you have to put in the money on the front end and reap the benefit on the back end, you know. But you have to put in the work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely. You're freezing up a bit. You're freezing up a bit, and they're in they're there in the chat complaining about, oh, they're freezing up again. Yeah. Can you imagine? They're just in the chat just complaining, oh, they're freezing up again. Like these two. They just have us here. Just left a comment on one of your videos, Winston. I'll be back to subscribe. Thank you, Reds. Well, well, I see someone moving now. I hope you guys don't come here to cause trouble, you know. You know what?
If we're Because a lot of times you can't see the comments if you're not connected to another device. So I just disconnected my phone from the live. So maybe that will help.
I go into this question that I have for you. Another thing, I don't know, no trouble, Simone. You freeze now. What? Oh my God. Is it any better now, Misha? Saying, oh, people are checking out your channel. You know what? What's the other thing? Guys, let me know if you can hear me, if I'm frozen, if you can see me. That's okay again. Okay, just take one for the team, Misha, right? Just know that tonight, right? You know what? Just look at your girl as a real warrior from tonight, right? I'm not letting this network get me down, right? I've got my lovely, lovely co-host. He's doing such a good job. He's even calming me down. Right now, I'm thinking who's the host or who's the co-host. But you know what? I am so glad that you could come and explain these certain of these things to me, because you see it differently when you are, like, per se, the viewer rather than the creator. They would say the consumer rather than the person that is putting it out there. And he's the go guy saying that we should relax. We've got this. So, you know, like before, when I like these guys that you see in the chat, like the rest that got fed up and just left, and these ones that are in it for the long stay, like all of them here, they've encouraged me so much to come live because I was so scared of coming live for the first time. You know, I get a lot of support, like from fellow content creators and even people that come on my live. They're always like, I like your personality, you're always smiling or positive, and those kind of a thing. That's good. I appreciate that. And I think that people likes interaction because I think I'm good at interacting with people. But um before, if I was doing like a live and it's almost an hour, like we're only at 10 likes, only 4 or 5 people viewing, before I would start having butterflies in my stomach. Like, why aren't anyone watching? Or, why we're not getting a lot of engagements, or people are not reacting to the live stream, or those kind of things. But gradually, as I'm going along, I'm starting to realize that you just have to make the content and put it out there. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
just let it work for itself,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep.
know.
100%. 100%. And that's what I said. The content would always be there. When you have to make an effort to make content, then now it becomes a job, because now you're like, why am I not making a content this week? Um, Again, your loyal subscribers, them really and truly are wait upon you if you just put out something, you know, because there are some subscribers that your loyal ones, they probably are wonder, okay, I mean, I hear nothing from you this week. Wow, go on. I know they start to worry about it. And you will see it in the comments. That's what I say. When you read the comments, people say, yo, wow, go on. Me no see no content from you this week. Wow, go on. I said, no, man, me there at work or whatever. Go on. And they say, oh, well, I say, again, me always use him name because me and him talk a lot. And I love what they put out. For me, it's like I'm always waiting even as a content creator. Me always wait. There's certain people me always wait for them to drop a video to say, yo, all right, that video come on. We can't. And then when I see it, me I say, yo, wow, go on. Why is there's nothing there? But then again, life happens, right? People have things going on in them life sometimes, and we as consumers, we expect to get certain things every day, right? So I say, oh yeah, it's like if you watch a Netflix series, right? What most people do these days, they wait till the whole series drop and then they just binge watch it, right? Remember, Netflix used to be a channel where you get one video every week and you have to wait till the next week to get the next video before you can. So your anticipation build to watch the next video, right? So again, it's up to you if you want to make a job where you want to drop a video every week, or you're on a schedule because it's out, you know. Some people get, and there's nothing wrong with having a schedule. There's nothing wrong with that either, right? Because at least, every people have their jobs and stuff, and they kind of figure out when they have time to watch a channel, but they can put down a schedule. So some people like that control of a schedule. Them can say, all right, me know say Kino I drop every Thursday at 4 o'clock, right? I me know say Junior I drop a video every Sunday at 4 o'clock or whatever, or whoever you subscribe to, right? So you have that control where you can carve out that time for make sure so you watch the video. And then you just have people who just drop video when the content is there, So you have to figure out what works best for you. Just because it works for this person doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. And you have to figure out, okay, every like even when I started doing the live, the tiki bar, I'm a big up Special K for that, because we talked about it before I even decided to do a live, because I was doing lives. I did probably in the last year, I probably did about 4 or 5 lives. But for me, as an interact, I love people. I love being around people. I love interacting with people face to face. And I was like, you know it is when you do a live and it's just you talk, you read people's comments and you talk. It's not interactive as we are right now, right? To me, that this is me. I love this interaction where, we can add more people to the channel. So that's, I talked to special guys. I was like, yo, teach me how to do this thing where I do, because I want to do this, I want to do this thing where we can just have people come in and come on the live and just be interactive, And if you're a content creator, to me, you want to, I mean, you're in front of a camera every single time. So why wouldn't you come up on the live, come up on the tiki bar and show your face? And it's kind of funny because I had people on the tiki bar say, yo, I'm shy. I said, hold on, but you're a content creator. You make video every day. Or you're for shy, you know? So it's like as you get in front of the camera, because I can tell you, when I started out doing YouTube, it was a learning experience. Like, again, a lot of it is scripted, right? She has superpowers. But it's like a lot of people, you know, you have to be confident in front of the camera. And as you do it more, you get more confident in front of the camera. Because I can tell you, even when I retired from the military, the scariest time I ever had in my life after 25 years in the military was making a speech in front of my family, like my mother, my father, my brother, sister, like my friends, like making a speech. And after everything was done, my brother came up to me and he said, I don't recognize you. He's like, that was good, you know. And in the back of my mind, that's what I said, awesome, I was, my heart's beating, fast and everything. I said, no, man, even though I have the speech written down, I didn't even read the speech the way it was written, But I can say the one thing YouTube has done for me has really kind of built my confidence in being in front of a camera. As what you say, me being calm, I learned that over time. I learned that over time, just doing it more and more and more, like even with Lynn. Lynn is like the quietest person in the world. She's not, it took me a long time to even get her to come up to show her face on the camera, you know. So for each his own, but it's like, again, it's evolving and you have to evolve with it, you know. I'm trying to read the comments as I'm talking. I'm going so fast.
Come in space, right? But we've got some troublemakers and some naughty people. I'm joking. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah.
Miss Charmin, you're gonna see AG, you're gonna see a bunch of different people that have that started out on the channel. And they're gonna say certain things that some people might not like because they haven't been in that environment before, right? So it's just like when if I come to your city and visit you, right? And you have your group of friends that you interact with every weekend. I might not be comfortable with some of the things that they said to each other because, right, we can joke and laugh and say certain things. And I say, yo, I can't believe she said that. But people see the interaction, they must, and everybody, everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody from the outside looking in has an opinion, or them can say, oh, well, you should do this. Because again, every channel that I go on, that I that I watch, I always go into the comment section, and people are nasty. People are mean. Like, but to me, give a solution, right? And there's nothing wrong with criticism. But again, you're on the outside looking at the situation. You're not there physically, you know. So don't be judgmental, right? What you see is what you see. Ask a question and say, "Oh, why is this way?" Rather than saying, "Why? I don't know if you do this, I don't look right and that." Ask the question first, and then give an informed answer, because now you have some context to what the situation is. Because I mean, I always say three sides to every story: my side, your side, and the truth, right? So yeah, and you need all three to get to the truth, right? So if you have that mindset where I say, okay, I see this, but what's really, maybe the person will explain it to you, and then you have a conversation versus a confrontation, you know? No, no, no. Them have them own fun anyway. Me I watch it. Me I watch the me I watch the messages. Them have them own like a good time over there, which is good.
They're saying in the chat and they're just in there bantering and carrying on with themselves. So thank you, Runner Boy, for joining us from Goga. We appreciated you. You hinted something alongside Goga sharing the live, and he came over and he's shuffling with live. So we thank you. And Goga was asking that Winston, you have 49K to get your silver button. So is that a part of your plan? What what do you struggle with? He said. What do you struggle with, like as a content creator? Blessing Grandma Mills and special. And sorry about that, Winston. I just don't want them to feel like we're ignoring them or ignoring the chats. Yes. Goga is throwing shades. He talking about iPhone problems. I know it's not our phone, it's the network and it's the plans of the enemy because this that's right. You get them, my co-host. You get them. At least I'm not the person that recognizes the raid when my live is finished. I'm joking, Reds. I'm joking, Reds. I love you. Oh my God. Honestly, Winston, you are God sent. You are the best. Guys, if you want a co host, please go take Mr. Winston Chronicles. He is the best. Can you imagine how calm he is? Oh my goodness. He's keeping me in check. So, Goga is complaining about iPhone problems. Goga, leave us alone, please. And Special is saying that Goga, the Goga, my love, earlier I had no problem. Okay, so what is she saying? Hi, cooking vlogs. Welcome, Alice. Yes, my sister. Welcome, Boo. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, cooking vlogs. Bestie. Enjoy yourself. Don't have too much drinks. I think Reds is somewhere shuffling between some other spaces, right? Oh my God, he's right here.
See, you see somebody like, look, you see somebody like Reds. I like somebody like that. That's like somebody I would love on my life, because like, you want people to have a good time when they come on your live, right? And again, right, as a community, you know who your people are when you do a live, especially, right? Now, with this whole blue jacket thing, as them call it, or whatever, right? You give people the opportunity to connect with each other, right? When you're doing a live, you give them the opportunity to connect with each other, Well, you have to be careful with that as well. I was actually on somebody else's live the other day. I can't remember who it was, and they was talking about um, removing that blue jacket after each live. Because you give them moderator access to your channel, and there's times when people actually go on there, and because they have that access, they can block people from coming onto your lives or so forth. So it's a little bit of trust that you have to trust. You give people the opportunity to be trustworthy, right? So you say, okay, I'm having a live. If you come on the live, I'm going to give you the minimal moderator access, so you can connect with somebody else channel, right? Like, for example, Jamaica Shore Fishing. I don't know if you ever been on his channel, and he does it every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, Jerry put on him live, where I've connected with a lot of people on his live that to this day still come back to my channel and watch my videos. So if I'm doing a live and I see any one of them pop up, I'm automatically going to give them the option to connect with somebody else. And then it's good because you need a good moderator as well, and those people have the access to moderate your live. So, for example, if I'm on specials live and I see somebody that's acting the fool, you have the access to kick that person out of the live. So it's good to that's another thing. Have a good moderator that's monitoring your what's the word I'm looking for? Your the chat. They're monitoring the chat. So when you get the trolls and so forth in there, you can kick them out of there and stick to the subject. you know so there again, so many nuances to it, and as I say, changes day to day. And it's just, again, what are you trying to get out of YouTube? And you basically have to just keep up with it. It's a lot to keep up with, especially technology and things. As I said, I don't think I've even scratched the surface. I still feel like I put out some, because I tell you, not feel like something, don't feel, but sometimes I put some video together and I say, yo, this is like a movie, like when you put in the effort and you say, yo, this is going nice, and then you get like 50 views. You can't let that bother you. You have to just keep pushing on, because guess what? Just like the channels that I are really and truly like follow loyally, I even went back and watched all their previous videos. And again, I've used Junior Lifestyle a lot, because one of the few channels that I followed back, and I actually went back all the way to his first set of videos to kind of see where he started to where he is. And I kind of model myself off of that, because I'm looking at, it took him 3 years to even get to where he is. Well, yeah, it took him like 3 years to even get established, right? And that's why I say I consider myself a new YouTuber, because I've only been doing YouTube. It's only been, January was a year. We in what, May? No? So maybe close to a year and a half that I've been doing YouTube. I mean, on a regular job, you're still on probation. If you think about it, right? Most probationary period is like 2 years, and as a new employee at any job, you know. So to me, I still consider myself, I'm still on probation, still learning YouTube. So don't look at my numbers as far as my subscribers. I will guarantee you, if I wanted to, I could be at 100,000 subscribers in the next 6 months. But what is the percentage of that number that's actually coming back and watching my content, right? It's going to be 10%, 20%. If you look at even the channels go watch Mr. Beast, right? He's got like millions of subscribers. And look at how many people actually watch his videos, So if he just put out a number, if he have 25 million subscribers, if you look at the people that actually come back and watch his content, it's probably 10 million. Well, at that number, that's good money, right? But you think about it, you have smaller YouTubers that have 1,000 subscribers, they're monetized. If they have 1,000 subscribers and 950 people watch their videos every single time, they're making more money than a YouTuber that has 100,000 subscribers but only 10,000 watch each video. They said numbers don't lie. So if you're watching the numbers, look at the numbers, right? And again, it's what you're trying to get out of YouTube. I get long-winded sometimes, but I really get into I really get into what I'm doing. There's nothing that I do that, as women said, excuse my language, I do nothing half-ass. I do everything to the full extent of my abilities. Yeah. So
The link has been dropped by special. I wanted to pin it, but I'm playing on the safe side because I tried it earlier and I had to end the live and restart it. So special is doing a very good job moderating for free. Thank you, special. And for everyone else, it's all freeze. I think if you can mute your mic for us, let me see if it works. Yeah. Okay, guys, don't worry about it freezing. It will come back soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're keeping going on. My host is calm, so I'm calm. My co-host is calm, so I'm calm. So guys, the link is somewhere there in the chat. His name is Winstone Chronicles, and I will definitely put the link on my post after the live is finished. He's got such a lovely channel, guys. You hear how profound he speaks, so you must know his content is absolutely great. And I don't want to wind down before we ask the big question, like the drawing question, like what I put on the flyer, like how do you balance all of this, and see, he's dropping his own link in the chat, so he's better than me with this technology thing. So let me say a very big welcome to you, Uncle Barry. God bless you, Barry. Walking exercise. Thank you so much for coming. And my bestie is saying encouragement on your videos and return. Oh, engagement. Sorry. Engagement on your videos and returning subscribers are what's important, not subscribers count. Yes, because you see how my co host is so humble with his thousands of subscribers, So I think that what you said there, my dear, is absolute key. And see, my co-host is nodding his head. He's speaking of experience, right, guys? So you have to take this in. Okay, so we still have Goga here. He's saying that he's having all these presidential things and he's not making any trouble, but we'll see about that. He says that is very true. A channel with 100K subs once told me they wish they had engagement they see on my small channel. They think we all know each other. We actually do. We've got a lovely community that we're in now, and that is building and that is growing, and it's growing in a positive way. And we've got a lot of positive people and a lot of people that are willing to help. Some people wouldn't even consider coming on my channel, like, just you go on. You're always, making some kind of mistakes anyway. But But I am so happy that you pick up the opportunity and you came here. So we want to ask you the big question, the one on the flyer. So, spare us no details. Just tell us, how do you cope? Because you've already mentioned that you've got another job, you're doing this YouTube thing, you're always doing some kind of DIY projects. By the way, when you came in, you said that you were cooking. Did you actually start cooking already? Don't want you to burn your food. So you can go ahead and answer.
Um, and then tonight, you know, if you watch my videos, we're gonna do some sampling time, So I made, I'm not gonna tell no what I make because I give you the video. So but it was some, yeah, I finished cooking probably right when about probably about 10 minutes before we started. Um, and then I'm gonna finish up the videos later on tonight when we do it because usually at the end of the video, so they might eat right now, and then at the end of the video we're gonna sample it. We always do a sampling. Yeah, that's what special like it's a food for them. That's what we always say. All right, so talk about the balance, right? So the balance is kind of goes back to what I said in the beginning. Why are you here? What are you trying to accomplish? Um, it's a little bit different when you have the time, right? So time is the most important thing. If you are a full-time YouTuber and you have the time, it can be good or bad, because when you have too much time, now you're trying to figure out what is your next content you're going to create, right? So then now you're working a job because you say, all right, I did this well on this video, I need to do better on the next video, right? So now which is as I said, good and bad, because then you try be more creative. And with YouTube, you have to think outside the box. You always have to think outside the box, because here what's gonna happen. I'm sure say every other YouTuber will. I won't say every other YouTuber, but most YouTubers will agree with this. So you figured out something new, right? And you tried it. And as soon as you try it, next week everybody will do the same exact thing that you just did, right? I know you have to come back different again, right? So you have to say, okay. And then when you do it again next week, guess what? People look at your views and they must say, oh, him get 10K views from this. Everybody I do the same thing where I do. So so the balance is being creative, like thinking outside the box, right? Always trying to figure out, because the information is there. I tell people all the time, right? You can speculate, or you can just go read the information, because the information is there. YouTube, every time before I put out a video, I go on YouTube and I look at videos, like if I'm looking for a thumbnail or a title, I look at I just type it into YouTube and look at it. Mr. Videos where say how to make the best jerk chicken, and they got like a 400 and something thousand views, but that was a year ago, right? So you already know that's saturated. If you put that title back in there, it's already saturated. So you're really not gonna get much views from that. So you have to kind of think outside the box and change the title and all these different things to get, you know, the algorithm and all these different things that you have to incorporate into it. So that's just part of the balance. The balance is now, if you have a job that coincides with the content that you put out, right? So my job does not coincide with the content that I put out. My content is completely separate from my job. So for me, the balance is, if you don't see it, like when I put out my content, is my hobby. That's my hobbies. My content is my hobbies. If you are a person that, say, your job is to catch fish, or your job is, to if that's what you can use that to your advantage, if it's a job that allows you to videotape what you do for a living, right? So if you do, as I say, if you're a hunter, if that's what you do for a living, you always have content because you're always hunting. You just have to choose which video you want to put out there versus, and you have more control over what you put out there versus what you don't put out there. But you will always have content, right? Same thing. The balance is separating again work from hobbies or work from content creating, right? So for me, it's not hard because being in the military, I've always had to learn how to separate military life from home life. It's two different things, right? It's a balance, right? When I'm in combat mode, as you call it, or if me I go on a mission, I'm focused on my military mission. When I come home from that military mission, I have to basically unwind and figure out, okay, I can't bring this into my personal life, even though a lot of it kind of coincides, but I can't be, if I was angry because I got some, I got shot at when I was out on a mission, I can't bring that home, so that's they always call it the work-life balance, right? You have to balance what you do at work, you shouldn't bring home, you know, not saying some things you can't talk about because that mentally you need to release some of that tension as well, so you need to, some of those things you need to talk about, you know they talk about mental health all the time. Mental health is a real thing. A lot of people kind of brush it off and say, oh, no man, you're weak and all. It's not true. Until you actually go through it yourself, you really don't understand, and that's the thing I try to express to people is about understanding, right? We don't have to agree with each other. But as long as you understand why I feel the way I feel or why I think the way I feel, and that's a big thing we don't have in this world right now because everybody, well, I won't say everybody because I can't speak for everybody, but there's a lot of people in general. And it's kind of funny. I just made a post on my Facebook page today. I said, things don't matter until they affect you directly, right? And people always are so quick to judge because they have never been in that situation. And that's where it goes back to the comments, right? People will make nasty comments because they have never been in that situation. They don't understand, right? Everybody, we all get the opportunity in life to choose our destiny and how we want to live with life, right? And we all make our own decisions. So nobody has the right to determine why or how somebody lives their life, right? Regardless. That is the one thing I always said. Everybody has a right to live, what them say, every man have a right to determine his own destiny, right? Bob Marley was our prophet, People don't listen to his music. If you don't listen to Bob Marley, go listen to Bob Marley because Bob Marley was a prophet, a true prophet. Every man have a right to decide his own destiny, right? The choices you're making in life, good or bad, comes back to you, good or bad, right? If you do good, good will follow you. If you do bad, best believe it'll come full circle, you know? So again, going back to what I was saying, is the balance is just knowing what it comes down to knowing what you want out of life and figuring out how you're gonna get to that final um destination, whatever it is you decide you want to do, you know. So again, me always long-winded, but I get very, I've always been a person that I'm all about upliftment, right? I've always been, everything I learn, I try to pass on to somebody else to give them the knowledge that I have learned, so they can be, the same level. When I was in the military, if you ever meet any of my troops, me I always tell them, say, move up or move out. You know, I will never sit in a position and deny you the opportunity for uplift yourself and get promoted. So again, just my long-winded explanation of what balance means to me.
What should I say? What do they say? Thank you for your service. Is that what they say? What? All right. Or should I just salute you? Should I just salute to them? All right. You know what? You know what?
Actually, I appreciate you more because that's why we do what we do. Is so you have the right to you have the freedom to exercise those freedoms. That's why we do what we do.
Army man as well, you know. He was in the British Army for a very long time. And like we don't speak about it a lot. So I don't want to like traumatize him. Or as you say, sometimes it comes with mental implication and PTSD and all those kind of things. But so it's in the past, so we leave it in the past. And a lot of people think that like when you meet people that served, they want to talk about it and they want to talk about their experience and they wanted to give them flowers and stuff like that. But actually, he's not like that. He actually had his photos put away, packed away in like a little briefcase kind of thing. I'm like, what's she talking about? Let's put them up in the front room. So, you know, well done for that. And well done for answering us as well. And guys in the chat, if you have any questions for my lovely, lovely co-host, please drop your questions. Let us ask him. You see that he is not shy. He's got an answer for everything. So let me see what you guys gotta say. Come on, take on my co-host. You see, I've nailed it. I've got my co-host now. So you see how quiet you guys are down there, just making trouble with each other. You don't have any questions. You better bring the questions in, you know. So Winston, I had this little fun question that came up to me when I was first thinking about this live. Do you remember your first subscriber? Do you remember who first subscribed to you? You're still muted.
What um what response I would get as far as so I wasn't even thinking about subscribers. I didn't know nothing about the whole subscriber thing. I was just like I kind of thought about it like Instagram or Facebook. I was just posting videos, right? And I think I don't know.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah.
I could probably tell you who my 20th subscriber was Junior Lifestyle of Fishing. Again, this is me learning the thing because I when I started YouTube, I wasn't thinking about making money off of YouTube. I was just more concerned with how do I learn how to build this thing. And as I started to like I said, the camera thing and making content and being confident in front of the camera and being able to talk through a video and so forth. That took a while. So I never really focused on um, who my subscribers were. And then as I got into it, like I said, I'm an interactive person. So then I started really and truly just interacting with my subscribers. And that's why I said there's no video that's posted that I post. If you look at all my videos and you go through the messages, I respond to every single message that I get, you know. And it's gotten to a point where there's some subscribers I have even long conversations with in my chats on the videos, because we interact so much, you know. And if I have a connection with even some of the channels that I subscribe to, there's you will see the difference in who I interact with more based on the if you go to your channels and see the comments, because I try my best to go over to different channels and check them out. Sometimes I don't leave a comment. I just like the video, watch the video. Sometimes I even just put the video on my TV and let it play out, just to give them the support, you know. Because I know what it was like when I was trying to get to that first 1,000 subscriber and the watch hours. As I say, the subscribers wasn't hard to get. The watch hours was the hardest to get. But I still remember those people that were there sharing my videos and doing all these different things. And as I learned, you know, I try to spread that love to the people that I subscribe to as well. That's why I said, like, Jamaica Shorefish, and I love going every Wednesday night. I go on his channel and interact with new subscribers. And there's like people that's brand new to YouTube, and he gives great advice to people. And like Jerry is one of those guys that he's you think me know about YouTube, Jerry know, cause me and him talk all the while as well. And Jerry give me a lot of tips on. He's very smart and he knows computers and how the algorithm, all these things that like YouTubers need to know. And he gives out that information, and that kind of attracted me to his channel, because again, I will give out that same information to people if they need to know how to get, where they're trying to get to. You just have to know what you really want, as I said in the beginning, knowing what you want to where you're trying to get to, what you're trying to build. And then if you ever need advice, I mean, I will tell you as much as I know. I won't lead you in the wrong direction. If I don't know, I will give you the right person to talk to and which link you need for God. But the information is there. Is again how much you're willing to put into it, you know. So, but yeah, I can't say. I won't. I'll be honest. I can't say I can remember who my first subscriber is. But that's a challenge for me to go back, and I'm going to next time we talk. We'll tell you exactly who my first subscriber is. But we can tell you say that person did receive a response from me.
That plaque, I heard that they put the name of your first subscribe. I'm not saying I don't know. Goga, do you know? Are you there? That they actually put that your first, they put the name of your first subscriber on there. I don't know if it's true. Okay, you know what? I was I can't understand. I think is the privacy feature still on these split lives? Because I thought that I was putting the privacy feature on just now, and I think I actually pressed the camera, which I think that was a highlight. So I'm not sure. I can't see anything like because I want to make a highlight, but I just don't want to touch anything to like end my life prematurely. Because they're already, telling me off in the chat or everything and collecting receipts on me and all those kind of things. So, okay, let's say no one is putting any questions. I don't think the chat is frozen. Special is the last one that put a message there, and he's bigging you up as usual, and also saying that he's bigging up his Chinese man, Jerry. So, I must say to you, Winston, before I ask you this other question, I must say to you that Special actually told me about you about the Tiki Bar one of the Saturday nights. I didn't catch it because I was actually doing one of these co-live streams whilst you were doing that. So I actually came on the rewatch because I'm kind of a person of my words. So if I say that I'll come, and I didn't get to come, I'll just come and do the rewatch. And it was so exciting. And I actually saw you there and I thought to myself, oh, what a pleasant man. Because you were just having such good conversation with them and you were always smiling and always so pleasant. So I said, let me check your channel out. So, sometimes on YouTube as well, people just see us and kind of like someone actually made my day. Lord, Sim, stop mention my name. Okay, special. I'm sorry. So today, like, I dropped a video today, and I was thinking in myself, like, should I drop the video that I'm gonna do the live tonight, or are people still gonna? Some people they think that what, someone supports me, so I've got an obligation to just go over there and watch one video of her, and it goes back to where you were talking about loyal supporters and loyal subscribers. I do not support anyone to say that you're obligated to come back and support me. But I personally am a person that supports fully. So I will come there, not because I watch a 1 hour video, it doesn't mean that I can't watch another 30-minute video, or I can't even spend 2 hours on your channel. I don't mind. If the content is interesting and it's worth watching, I'll watch it. So someone actually left me a lovely comment today, and it kind of motivated me to come on the live because somebody's like, "Oh, I'm passing by. I saw your content. Thanks for being you. I'm subscribed. I like what I see." And those kind of good stuff, And it wasn't somebody that I literally have to go back to or I had to beg to subscribe to me. So based upon what you said, I don't think you have those kind of subscriber struggles where like, oh my God, I was begging to reach to 500. And then I thought, when I get to 500, I could actually go live, and I couldn't go live. And it was something else that happened. It was some kind of verification problem. And I thought that somebody said, okay, get to 1,000 and you will definitely be able to go live. I got to 1,000, I still couldn't go live. And this is like maybe my maybe sixth or seventh live stream, maybe. So I'm really, really fairly new to this kind of live stream thing. I'm just trying. I'm still pushing. I'm still nervous. I still sometimes feel doubtful and hesitant about coming in front of the camera, especially these internet issues that I've been having. It's very discouraging. So I want to hello Frank. Thank you for joining us, my lovely. So I want to ask you, have you get based up on my other question that's on the post of the thumbnail thing, do you have any advice for me?
My advice to you is keep doing. You there? You there? Okay. So my advice to you is keep doing what you're doing, because you have found your niche. Believe it or not, there's not a lot of people that are doing this type of live. So it's new to me. Um, and like I said, I talked to Special about doing this, and she helped me out with learning how to operate this whole live stream thing. Um, but you have a great personality, and that's what people are gravitating to, is what you're offering, right? So stick to what you know, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't let anyone draw you out, as what they might say. Don't let nobody draw you out. Don't get involved in the negativity of what YouTube is, right? Um, that is the easiest part of it, or should I say the hardest part for a lot of people, because again, we all have a pride, right? We all prideful people, and in any essence, we usually will defend ourselves when needed. But you also have to know when to pick your battles, right? You have to know when it's necessary and when it's not. I don't believe YouTube is a space to be in conflict, because it's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you more than anything else, right? And other people are looking for that to use as their content, right? You know that. Nothing against reactors, because I like some reactors. I won't say I like all reactors. I like some content reactors that are honest in what they do, right? If they can take the criticism that they give out, then I have no problem with that, you know. So, but know that what you're basically letting people into your life, right? Aside from you doing something that is just not of what you're normally doing, it have nothing to do with your life. Um, if it's just something that doesn't, but most YouTubers do something that gives them joy, or they have a passion for, right? Um, and there's gonna be people out there that's gonna try to disrupt it. It's just human nature, right? People don't people what they say. People don't. I always like to try to figure out the right frame of mind when I'm thinking, but people don't like what they don't understand, right? And if they don't understand, they will try to break it down to fit their needs, right? So don't let at the end of the day, don't let people get into your head. Um, and then just have a goal. Have a goal. Try to figure out why you're here and what you're trying to do with this whole YouTube thing. You know, like I said, 5 year. Think about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Where do you why you started this in the first place, and where do you want to be 10 years from now? Right? Do you want to be known as the person that every time somebody come on your channel and say something negative about you, you flip out, right? Or do you want to be the person that people can say, you know what? No matter how I try for jab Simone, she just a laugh, she just a smile, and I can't take it. So I just left her alone. I move on to somebody else so I can't bother. Because that's what people do. People will try to get the worst out of you. And then once they get the worst out of you, they keep digging, digging, digging. Because they continues to get the worst. Once they're not getting anything out of you, or what you're trying to achieve, they will leave you alone. And the people that really support you will always be there. You know, my philosophy on life is don't worry about I don't worry about things beyond my control. Right? If it's out of my control, guess what? There's no reason for me to worry about it anyway. If it's within my control, I still don't have no reason to worry about it, because I know what the solution is to the problem. I'm a problem solver, right? If it happened, guess what? It happened. My solution is, how do I figure out a way to fix it, right? That is my philosophy. Like I said, I'm an optimist. I'm a glass is always half full kind of person, not half empty, right? And positive vibes beget positive vibes. Negative vibes beget negative vibes. If you live on the negative, that's what you're gonna get. If you live positive, that's what you're gonna get. The world just, I feel like the earth revolves around that. That's just life. Um, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't change nothing that you're doing right now. Just don't worry about the numbers. The numbers, it's gonna happen. You know, it's I think people are attracted to the genuineness of what you do. Don't do something because everybody else is doing it. Do it because it's important to you, right? I learned just recently, and Lynn was just talking about this, was that I've lived a life of service. Like none of these things that I do, I'm not doing it for the likes or the views or anything else like that. And I can actually, it's kind of funny because all of my videos that were like helping somebody is the least amount of views I've gotten, which is crazy, right? When you think about it, the more good you do, the less views you get. But if you do something crazy, then you get the more views. So again, if that's what you want, you know, and I was looking at a lot of channels that were like, all right, no, I'm gonna do something positive. And at the end of the day, for me, I was like, you know what? If they might do it for the views, nothing wrong with that. At least they might help somebody, right? At least the end game is there where somebody's actually getting some help, even if they're just doing it for the views, you know. But if you're a genuine person, I feel like most people will see through what you're putting out there, right? I'm that kind of person. I can talk to a person for 5 minutes and tell if they're full of you know what. you know? And that's a gift from God, trust me. And um at the end of the day, just be true to yourself. True, stick to your morals. Don't let nobody um as my grandmother said, take your spirit, you know, love what you do and just be you. Don't let nobody take you outside your comfort zone, and don't let this thing be your downfall where you're doing it just because try make a money or something like that. That would all come as long as you stay genuine to who you are. That's always a long answer, but that I'm very passionate about just helping people to understand. It's about understanding. We don't have to agree, but we understand why we because we all grew up in different ways. You know, we all grew up in different households and religions and political um what do you call it, affiliations and all these different things. But we're all human beings and we still have to live amongst one another, you know. So again, stay genuine to who you are, everything else will fall into place.
I am proper encouraged, especially when you say special. We see you down there. You better behave yourself. You know to behave yourself, special. Yes. Anita, welcome. Anita, how are you? Anita, thank you so much. Anita is my friend over there in America. She's got a DIY and decor channel. It's a lovely, lovely lady. Thank you, Anita. So, thank you, Winston, for that lovely encouragement. And, especially for the part and I would say this, like, sometimes people kind of like get at me and say, stop saying like this and you don't, but I don't really know anything. I'm not in any position to really be giving anyone any advice, but I have learned for just a couple of weeks that I have come into YouTube and sorry, I have come into YouTube and have been into like this little community. I have learned that what you said is 100% true. The numbers will come. I was fighting so hard for subscribers, trying to get subscribers until at one point now I'm going to my bed and waking up to people watching my videos, subscribing to my videos, leaving me messages that they have subscribed. Some people are not content creators. People just came on and say stuff like, I needed to hear this, or, lovely content. I like this. And don't get me wrong, I do get bad messages. I get rude messages. I get people telling me about my appearance and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, why? Because I'm not troubling nobody. But it's okay. That part of it I'm okay with because I'm not a person that I wouldn't say that I'm thick skinned, but I don't know, I'm a positive person. It's like what you said about the glass being half full and not a half empty. That's like my sort of the word slipped me now, but I sort of believe that way as well. And I always on my channel like talk about positivity. I always tell people about God. Like what you said about it being a gift, you being able to see like genuine people and stuff. It is actually a gift, you know. I can't just talk to people and know if they're genuine or not. But I always have this kind of assumption that everybody's just nice. And sometimes I forget that there are nasty people out there, and there are people out there that are mean and rude and horrible. But hello, my sweet journey. Thank you so much, my darling. Thank you. We appreciate you, Jenny. So I sort of take everybody for face value. So I'll be laughing and talking with you. Sometimes people are sarcastic to me and I don't even it's not that I can't pick up social cues. I can. I can, and it's not that I'm like, in no form kind of lacking intellectually or anything like that. But I'm sort of a little tiny bit naive where I sort of think that everybody is nice and kind and stuff like that. And it is YouTube now that is teaching me that people can be so mean. And I was in somebody else's live stream today, and they were making this profound point like, you will never see 99% of these people in your life. Some are millions of miles away, some are hundreds of miles away, some they're in the next county, but you still are not gonna see them because, as he was saying, that some people do not like mix their social life with their private life. Some people, for some reason, they want to keep you in the virtual space and they don't want to bring you into their reality. So those are some of the things that I need to like grab a hold of, get the full understanding of it, and not just think that I can just come on YouTube and just make all these friends and think that they're forever friends, or is that we have to see each other as people supporting people, just keeping up to our moral standards, making the best of whatever opportunities we get on here, but closing down the screen and going back to our normal life. And that comes back to the balance. And you made a point when you were answering one of the questions, and you said, if you can, was it you? I'm not sure. I think it was you, or it was the other live stream that I was talking about. But if you can turn off your YouTube and go to your bed and sleep, or go to your life with your family, you don't have to go start being miserable on, in your case, your wife, or in my case, my husband, or my children, or just the people around you. If you can still turn this live off, you know, and be like, oh, that's done. That's it. Maybe next week we'll do another one and that's it, or tomorrow or something. But, it's my family time now. I'm still sort of trying to find the correct balance for this, but I've got it in my head. I've got it in my head. I know what I need to do. I just need to keep working on it, working on it, working on it. I still get discouraged from YouTube sometimes from nasty comments, or from sometimes there's just some things I'm very sensitive, like spiritually sensitive. So sometimes there's too much toxicity talk I can't call that word, the toxic thing, toxic, you know. I don't know how to say it. Yes, that's it. So there's too much of that. And if I go into it and like go on a live stream and it's pulling my energy, and then I watch a video and it's pulling my energy, and then I watch a short and it's pulling my energy, and it's starting to feel like it's like pulling me in. And like that time I'm thinking to myself, do I really need to be here? Because I really do like survive and thrive on positive energy. Because, sometimes when people have a big smile and they're very helpful and they can counsel people and everything, they can't take negativity. I'm one of those person. I can't take negativity. I've got a lot of positivity to give, and I'm always happy and everything. I know this the world that we live in, we have to encounter it, but I can't dwell in it. I can pass through it, but I can't dwell in it. So I'm just saying that to say that sort of based upon your answer, I'm still trying to balance. I know I'll get there. I'm fairly new still. So anything else you'd like to say?
So growing up in Jamaica, politics is completely different from here in the States, right? Growing up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, like politics in Jamaica, you could get you killed, you know? Um, and I see the dark side of politics now where people are just committed to a political party and not the issues at hand. And at some point I was saying to myself, you know what? I'm gonna delete some of them people off of my Facebook page because me not like what them I say. And I can't believe them I said anything yet. But at the end of the day, I say, you know what? But if I delete them, then I don't really know what their true thought process is. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with YouTube. It's like you see the negativity out there, but if you yeah, you can block them and so forth. But if you don't see the negativity, you don't really know what is out there and know how to respond to it. Right? It's like they call it stimulus, right? If you've never been through a situation, you really don't know how to respond to it because you've never been through the situation. So, in some senses, it's good that there's people doing negative stuff because one, it gives you the option to not do the negative stuff, right? And you see how people react to it, right? And you see how you would react to it as well, you know? So, you know, it's yin and yang, right? Negative and positive, right? And you need both to survive, right? If you don't, if you don't see the negative, you will never learn, right? Uh, was that Martin? Okay. If you don't see the negative, you'll never learn, and vice versa. If you don't see the positive, if you're a negative person, sometimes it takes um if somebody that dwells on the negative all the time and they never see anything positive, sometimes when they see something positive, it might change them and vice versa, you know. So I don't, again, as much as I don't like the negativity, in some essences it's good to see because you still learn what not to do, you know. And it's how you take it. You could be a negative person just like that person and decide that's what you're gonna do, and you go out there and you troll people and you disrespect them and do all these different things, but know that everything, the circle, then call it the circle of life for a reason, because what you put out comes back to you. Believe that, you know. Positive, y'all get positive. Negative, y'all get negative. Not saying everything is gonna be positive all the time, you know, but again, that's based on how you are raised, how you're gonna handle a situation. Because as a male, I always say, I don't care if you're a twin we're all different as people. You know, we're different by DNA. Even identical twins are different by DNA, right? You can still differentiate between both of them. If you do a blood test, you can still differentiate between identical twins, right? And personalities are something that we all have. We all have our own personality, regardless of who you are, how you were raised. You know, you make a choice, and that's the bottom line, is choices. We all have choices. Every day you wake up, as me always say, me always give thanks to another great rise, and every day you wake up is a different day, it's a new day, and every decision that you make leads to other decisions, leads to other decisions, leads to other decisions. So you always come to a fork in the roadway. you know them said people always pray. God is giving you a path. You just have to choose. You decide which path you choose. And every time you make a decision, there's a fork in the road. There's multiple forks in the road, and you choose which path you're going to take. And every time you take a path, there's another set of decisions you have to make to the next path. So to me, again, just live your life to what you know is good. And you know, the blessings that you have, if you get the opportunity to pass it on to somebody else, help somebody else, even with no what's the word I'm looking for, no expectation of getting something back, because it's going to happen. Just, I think when you do something out of the kindness of your heart, it reciprocates itself. And if you have that mindset, then you'll live a happy life. That's just my personal philosophy.
Our co-host left us with today, the video is be there. So I am gonna read out a couple of the comments, and then we're gonna wrap up and end, because I know you wanna go eat your dinner. Sorry if I'm keeping you a bit too long. Oh, you're munching down there. Okay. So let's start. I think we can start from Anita says me too. Special is saying, okay. Okay, Jenny said that YouTube is not for the weak. It definitely not is. And Special says block them and block them, some of them, and block some of their words. And Special saying, exactly, Journey. Anita is saying, yes, exactly. Many trolls are on YouTube. Journey is saying that I have a thick skin and I won't allow people who I don't know to affect me. That's a very, very good one. That's what I was saying earlier. You're not gonna come face to face. And the example that you gave us, I think we have to take these things as YouTubers and just live with it. Like, if you've done something to me and I could see you, what would have been my reaction? I'm not just gonna instantly gonna jump on you and start punching you or kicking you or something. Chances are we're going to talk about it first. But whereas we are so conscious of the fact that we're not seeing each other, we tend to get a bit more heated and let things escalate. And many of times people do it, as you're saying, for the views. People love to get in a beef. Someone said to me jokingly, right? Someone jokingly said to me, let me and you start a beef so we can go viral. I said, no, not me. I said, you wouldn't go viral with me. They would say, no, it's staged because I couldn't keep up with it. So I think that's what they're saying in the chat. That's definitely how it goes. Uncle Barry is saying you've got to stay positive. Don't get into this negative with nobody. It's not worth it at all. Martin family says once I see them, I am out. I'm out of there. Hi Shimra, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We had a lovely live stream here today, guys. Have a good night, Shimra. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We had a lovely, lovely live stream. Winston, I thank you so, so much. You did say that you're gonna make it easy, and you did make it easy for me. And guys, Winston is having a live tomorrow. Anyways, I'm gonna let him tell you about it. But we appreciate you guys for staying. We know we were experiencing some network issues and some kind of technical difficulties and stuff. But thank God that, as I was saying, my co-host is calm, I'm calm, and we've made it. And it's a very good interview or discussion or whatever we want to put it in whatever category. And I'm sure that people will come back. Hello, Glenn. Thank you for joining us, Glenn. You're very welcome here. We're almost finished, but we were just saying that you're very welcome to rewatch. Guys, after you've left here tonight, we know that you'll be tired, but in a couple of days, please remember to revisit the live and drop a comment for us. I will also be sharing all of Winston's details because I think they're very fond of you, Winston, and they want a bit more of your channel, and that's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to share your link on my community post, and I want you to invite everybody to come out to your tiki bar tomorrow and see if it's something that they would like. So go ahead.
Come on, we adapt, right? Because you never know what's gonna happen. So we made it happen. It was a good discussion, and again, tomorrow it's 6 o'clock every Saturday. We have the Tiki Bar live, and it's the same concept, but you can come up to the bar and you can join the discussion. So tomorrow's discussion we're talking about tomorrow's going to be a lively day. It's always lively, but tomorrow I wanted to have something that was fun. And tomorrow we're talking about what were your hobbies as a child growing up and what are your hobbies now. All right. So I feel like that can generate some good old school discussion of, you know, generationally what we did as kids. Me's a 70s baby. So, me don't look so old still, but But yeah, we're gonna have a great discussion tomorrow. And at any point, it's up to you if you want to come up to the live and click on the link and just kind of give us your perspective of what the discussion is. But we have a good time. Sometimes it gets saucy sometimes because the world we are big people and things. So, when you get to my age, when you get over 50, me understand now why people over 50 so them need to say because you're on the other side of the hill, so you have to say what you need to say. But anyway, no, this was a pleasure and honor for me. When it's kind of funny. I asked Simone was when is my interview? Because me like how she did the last couple last interview that she did. And I said, Simone, when you have an interview me, so me actually beg for this. She never asked me asked her. All right. So no, I appreciate it, Simone. I appreciate just um the vibes and everything that you offer. As I say, keep doing what you do, what you're doing. I think based on the subscribers that you get and the people that are here, subscribe to what you want. And as we said, don't put anything in your description that you're not looking for. So you talk about faith, family, and so forth. If people are actually looking at your description in your channel and that's what they subscribe to, then they're in the right place. I don't think you're gonna get people if they're not here for that, then they will eventually move on. You know. So again, I appreciate you having me on your live. Like a black special K for about 6 months. Cause she act bad. When she up on Fear Live, she don't act so, she quiet and nice and thing. But anytime she had the comment section, she just wild out. But I love having her on my live because she keep the live as well too. So but thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed the conversation and hopefully we can do this again.
working properly. I'm gonna definitely reach out to you again, Winston. And I think we don't even have to ask the question. Guys, let us know in the chat. Journey, are you gone already, my lovely? Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. We know you're a busy lady. Journey says that she's gonna go get her truck ready for moving her client tomorrow. She's a businesswoman, you know. So we appreciate people that take. That's another thing, you know, people that I hear, I don't take my viewers or myself. And that's why I come to the consciousness that if it's one or it's two people here viewing me, I appreciate it. And I'm happy. I'm not looking for 100 or 1,000. I would love for 1K people to come here viewing me. But if I've got two loyal people who always shows up for my life and stay throughout the duration of the life or spend as much time as they can, or people who are popping in from work or have stuff doing and they come and join. I appreciate you guys. So that's something I've learned as well, to stop watching the numbers at the top. I don't even look up there anymore. I don't look up there anymore. The yeah. And you know what? The live that I didn't pay attention to at all had the most views on my channel. To this day, I had a live where I was just talking because I kind of got a little bit upset because I was trying a couple of times to come live and I wasn't coming live. And then it finally came live and my phone overheated and I felt so upset. And then I came back and YouTube said, Do you want to resume? And I resumed and there were people there. And I was just explaining to the I was actually just complaining the whole life, and I got 800 and odd views, and I was like, "Okay." So, you know, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm saying back to you what you said to me. Like I subscribe to you as I said because of, you know, just your I don't know your personality, but based upon what I saw when I was rewatching your video, I'm like, wow, this is a cool man. You know, he's calm, he's always I love when people are pleasant. I love when people are just, you know, when the atmosphere just feels, you know, just right. So I will definitely come over tomorrow and I'll definitely come up on your panel as well. And I will definitely share your link out. And I think most of who were here said that they went over and they checked you out. Uncle Barry liked doing it the right way. So he says that after he's finished here, he's gonna come and watch a video and then he'll connect. And then Uncle Barry is a great supporter. So you know you'll have him for a lifetime or as long as how you want to have him for your channel. So you know, we appreciate that people appreciate your vibes and you know, I'll link you up. We need you back over here. Definitely 100%. 100%. Okay. Uncle Barry says, Simone, I don't see you on my live stream. I don't know if you meant today, Uncle Barry. I took a break today. I wasn't really on YouTube today at all. I was editing a lovely video, guys. I just dropped a video. Winston has watched my video. I saw your comments on there. Thank you. So, guys, if you haven't checked out my video, I worked on a little video. I actually compiled or condensed, how they call it. I actually, as Winston was saying, take lots of hours of videos and turn it into 11 minutes. So you must know. And based upon the nature of what I wanted to do because I was having this enjoyable London one. Thank you so much, Martin family. Thank you. And guys, I will continue to work hard and I will give you more. You know, you're not just subscribing for nothing. I'm trying hard and I'm gonna put more videos out there and I will continue doing these live streams and you know getting people to come and share their opinion. Winston, I thank you so, so, so much. Honestly, I'm gonna let you go eat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I'll be there. Yes, I'm still coming. I'll be up anyway. I'm going to London tomorrow. So thank you so much. Thank you, Winston. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good night, people. Oh, don't go. Good night, Winston. Don't go yet, guys. Okay, see you later. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Reds, thank you so much. Guys, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Oh, Uncle Barry said I will watch it. Oh, thank you, Uncle Barry. Uncle Barry, sorry I was in your video today. Today I was making sure that I did all that I have to do in the house and take baby girl to school. And I had to take my car to the garage today again, guys. This time of the year, my car have a lot of maintenance to do. So I have to Special, you better just sit down. Where are you going? Don't go. Let me just appreciate you guys. I'm gonna close the live in a minute. And so don't run away, Special. What do you mean bye bye? Don't go anywhere. So, that's why I wasn't on your live today, Uncle Barry, but you will definitely see me on Monday. I did walk back, Uncle Barry, and I'm so sad. I also walked on Wednesday morning. I did a morning walk as well, but I'm having major difficulties going live, guys. I don't know if anyone here is experiencing any problem when you're coming live. I've changed network. I've tried to upgrade my network. I don't think it's my phone. I've got an iPhone 16, I think. So I don't think it's my phone. I don't know what's going on with my channel. Even tonight, I had to go. Well, it was my fault because I just clicked on a link, the link for Winstone. I wanted to pin it so that you guys could, because normally I pin the link, but it's just giving me some problems. So that's why, because I wanted to be consistent with my lives and do at least 2 to 3 lives a week. Because you guys know I'm trying to make these watch hours and it's so hard. But I don't understand you. Um, Martin, can I write it again, my darling, please? So, yes, I've been having major problems, guys, trying to come live. I can't go live outside at all now. Like when I'm outside, I've actually got two SIM cards in my phone. I've got an eSIM full of data, and I've got a normal SIM, and I still can't go live outside at all. It won't even allow me. So and when I'm inside, I have to use both my Wi-Fi and my data to go live. And even then, it's still sometime glitches and do whatever it's doing. It is frustrating. I don't know what to do. I don't want to go start investing in a new phone or cameras or stuff, or I just don't know. I haven't even got a clue what's going on with it, honestly. So, it's a bit frustrating, but I'm seeing it through. I'm seeing it through and see what I can do. If I can't get to come live as often as I'd want to, I'm gonna be making more videos and put up. But I really do enjoy the live streams because, as we were saying earlier on in the video, I love the interaction. Yeah, Uncle Barry's saying, "Tell me about the network. I suffer daily with that. Don't know what's going on, but Yes, so I thank you guys so much. Guys, please do leave your feedback, your comments in my live stream after it's finished. And remember to don't start up. Don't be like Misha. What do you mean that I'm thieving Wi-Fi? Misha told you that. Guys. So if you're not seeing me coming live, please support my channel, guys. Watch my videos. Feel free when you're going to bed at night to run my playlist. You're too naughty, Special. You're so naughty. Martin family, thank you so much for coming. Uncle Barry, thank you. Uncle Barry, don't listen to Special. Special is rude. Special had a live today. Guys, Special had a live this afternoon. She had a after dark in the middle of the day. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about this lady. I'm gonna call my evangelist. She didn't come on tonight. I'm gonna have to call her to pray for Special. Guys, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Red's Room, my brother, Uncle Barry, Martin family, everyone that passed through here today. Johnny, special, everybody, my sister, Glenn, everybody, Simra, everybody that came, everybody. I don't want to miss any of you guys out. Anita, blessings to you. Everybody that passed here, Frank, Goga, everybody that passed here today. I appreciate you guys. Guys, please go and check out my video that I just dropped today. It's only 11 minutes. Please, if you can watch at least half, or don't just watch a little bit and then click off it, or pull it down to the end or stuff like that. I'm not forcing you to watch it, but if you start edit anyway and it's not your kind of thing, it's okay. Don't just pull it down to the end, because it's no good for the channel or anything like that. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna let you go right now. And guys, next week, my actual live stream is gonna go back to the Saturday where I do the co-lives. I don't know who the host is yet. The Holy Spirit is always just working it out and bringing me a guest. But I promise you, whoever the guest is gonna be a lovely co-host. So the live stream is gonna be on Saturday. We streamed on Friday this week because Winston has his own regular scheduled live stream tomorrow, and we didn't want to interfere with his streaming time, so I just adjusted my time and accommodated him. So, guys, please check him out, and please put your notifications on so that when he goes live tomorrow, as long as you're able to, you can give him some support. I love you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. I don't take your support for granted. I see you. If you have watched my video, you've commented, and I haven't responded yet, I will respond also sometimes. I might not reply, but I give you those hearts. I give you those hearts and those thumbs up. You know that I've read your comment and I appreciate you. Oh, my brother Reds, let you go to bed now. Okay, Uncle Barry, good night. Special good night. Everyone who's here, guys, tell me back good night. You guys, Martin family, you guys should type back good night to me. Oh, Rosie, my darling, where you watching from the bushes? Barry, it was fun. She is a good supporter. Oh, blessings. Good night, my sweet Rosie. Night, night, my brother, my twin brother, Reds. Reds, when are you ready to come back, Reds? They've been asking for you to come back. I'm going to email you. No drinks allowed in my live stream. Good night, Special K. So sorry, I'm late. I don't do bushes like that anymore. Okay, my sweetie. You can rewatch, Rosie. You're always supporting anyway. It's okay. Rosie, it was a great live today. When you get the chance, you can put it in the background if you're doing something and just listen. Yeah. So my co-host is already gone. Jason and Gina are back. Oh, do you want to raid? Where's my computer? Are they still live, bro? A computer is on the floor just in case I had to do a raid. Check if they're alive and let's go raid them. There are a few people, even if it's just me and you. Oh no, not yet. Okay. Oh, what time? They're going live tonight? Thank you for the like, Rosie, my darling. Thank you. Rosie, it's really late. Where have you been until almost midnight? Oh my goodness. Did you wake up for the toilet, Rosie? Oh my goodness. Not yet, not yet. Okay, my sweetie. That's all right then. I don't think there's anybody on now for us to raid anyway. So we shall just be going to our bed. Great work. Oh, bro, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, Uncle Barry says it's not late, Simone. It's only 7 p.m. here. It's midnight here in England. I was waiting for you. Ah, you were watching? I thought you said that you were late. You were waiting? Whoopsie daisy. I was on Father Ragus. Is he live? It's saying that he's live. I was late. Oh, you were on your live stream? Are you on live now? Are you doing a silent live? Reds, when are you coming up here to talk about the silent lives with me? Have you done one yet, Reds? Can't see anything now. When it goes past 12 o'clock, I can't see. Reds, are you gone? Not yet. Not yet about what? Regus is live doing some kind of music. Is he actually live, live, live? Or is he restreaming? Oh yeah, he's live, live, live. Where my mouse is here, that is actually the end of the guys, you told me you would be coming on. I went on a few live streams, including Revs, Captain, Savis, and Dean. I was going to do one last time, backed out. Yeah, okay, a lot of people were live tonight, but you know what? There weren't really much people over here, but I am still appreciative. I thank God anyway that, I had a really good co-host and he was, very responsive to my questions and everything. So I was happy. I'm happy. It's not easy to go like, do content and stuff. And I had to end the live stream first. I had to end the yeah, Fridays are very busy. But you know what? I had to do it on a Friday because I had to do it on a Friday. Thank you for the hearts. Don't know who that is. Um, I can't find my live stream. Yeah. So guys, what was I saying? Good night, family. Blessed night. Uncle Barry, are you leaving me? I thought they said it was early, Uncle Barry. I thought you said it was early, Uncle Barry. You're gonna leave me now? Wow. Good night, Uncle Barry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sis. Just do your life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just trying, bro, to do my life. I am just trying to do my life. You know what? I won't even bother with this thing because I can't even do it. Okay, I will hang around. I will hang around. I think I'm not getting the concept of this thing correctly. Reds, after I go to live stream and I find the live that I'm on, then I click on the live that I'm on. Then what? Then search across your channel. No, not across my channel. Need to search for other channels. Yeah, I've suddenly forgotten how to do this redirecting. So, okay, guys, I don't think I can redirect tonight because I really do not know. I really cannot find where it says to search for channels so I can see who's live today. Oh, Reds is driving anyway. So, yes, guys, I was gonna, if you know who Regus is, and you can just pop in there for a minute and just say Simone TV Raid. Can you please just pop in there for a second and see. It's usually okay stuff over there anyways. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to warn you guys about. So you can head over there and said, thank you so much, Bro Reds. So you can check him out. Ragus, I think he's just like doing some mix that he makes, some music, and just say Simone TV Red. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining my live stream tonight. And I will see you in the week. And my next live stream is going to be next week, Saturday, and I think I'll starting it at 9 o'clock, so it's a little bit earlier. So Saturday is gonna be a busy night as well, but what do you know? We just have to do what we have to do. And if I have a few loyal people that will come, I will come as well. And I'll have a guest for you guys. Love you, Uncle Barry. Say hello to Auntie Liz for us. Love you. Love you, Rosie. Love you, bro. Reds, everyone that's here. If anyone is in the bushes, I appreciate you. Special. God bless you all. And you all go, with the love of God. And if you can make it over to Regas, just head over there and just say Small TV, right? And I love you guys and God bless you. Good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye, guys. Bye.